Hey everyone, I am Yvette Lloyd, host of Life Her podcast. We are live right now on Facebook and on YouTube, so make sure you guys subscribe and check out this interview and other interviews that we have done previously before this one. First and foremost, I would like to welcome Yolanda. Yolanda is amazing. She has been on Life Her podcast before previously, and she is an author and CEO. She has Sister Code, Grown Girls, Tales of Grown Girls, and Girls Pet Talk.
Yeah.
So
All
sis be
that.
working. Sis be working.
Yeah.
Okay. So hey Yolanda, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me again.
Yes.
I'm so glad to be here. I love your platform.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So tell me, how did this whole grown girl tales of grown girls come about? Because you already been doing so much with grown girls as an organization. So
Right.
I know now you done created into a play, and now you got it as a stage play as well.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so Tales of a Grown Girl, Sex, Drugs, and Freedom. That's the title of the book. And
Okay.
that's loosely based off the 90s of me growing up, in the 90s, I should say. And how I went from living in Brooklyn, coming to the suburbs with my mom, and then everything just go crazy. I meet up with two girls that we just hang out. So the three of us is just out there. You know, we learn about drugs, we learn about sex, abuse, death, all that, and all that going on between the ages of 12 and 17.
Wow.
You know, so yeah, and so I just wanted to really write the book just to give a brief insight of my life, of what because everybody already know a lot about me. I'm very transparent with everything, because like right now it's makes 6 years I had a kidney transplant, so I was on dialysis and stuff like that. So I did that whole journey with Facebook and everything else. So I mean, okay, you've seen that part, but let me tell you a little bit further how back when I was growing up and what led me to be this person that I am now, because technically I have not always been this person I am now, like far as a grown girl, as I call it, you know,
Right.
being positive, staying motivated, not trying to be down on myself, have a lot of encouragement for other women as I encourage myself at the same time. So it was really good. So I said, let me do that. And I wrote the book. Who knew I was at the Essence Award, not the Essence Award, excuse me, the Essence Fest, the Essence
Okay.
Fest, and book went number one right there
Wow.
on that platform. So I was like extremely excited. It had already did good on me selling on my own. And then when I launched it, it just blew up and I became number one. And I was like, wow, the number one, and the number one new release. And I stayed on that platform for 21 days. That was exciting.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, I know you always talk about your past and your present and your future. A lot of women are in process, or even young girls are in process of transitioning into a positive version of themselves.
Right.
But it's a battle.
It
You
is.
know,
It is. It is.
you have friends, you have family, you have everybody that's still on that same path surrounding you in the process of you transitioning. You find it hard to. What advice do you have for them of the things that you've done for yourself for you to basically get out of that comfort zone?
First of all, you have to realize it's not going to happen overnight. You have to take the little steps each day. If you change the bad habits and lean more on the positive side, you will see the effect. What they say, like it takes 21 days to develop a bad habit. It could be reversed. 21 days to be in a positive space. So yeah, I would say take small steps and don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, even like that's even far as with your health and in a diet. Okay, you might be doing good for 5 days straight and then you fall off the wagon, so to say, and eat a cheeseburger. Don't be hard on yourself. Just eat that cheeseburger, enjoy it, and get back on your step plan that you was on, you know, to stay focused and just motivated.
So what was the feeling like? Because you know, when you transition and you have close friends and close family, and sometimes they don't understand that
No,
transition.
they don't.
So how did you cope with actually in the process of losing friends and losing family members that don't understand and they don't like the transition that you've made?
Well, you know what? At first it was kind of hardening, like, oh my, disheartening, like, to see that even happening. And then I was just like, hey, look, I love the space I'm in. I want to continue growing in this space. And if my growing affects you in some negative way, we don't need to be together, because you like when I was just unhappy and just stuck and doing the crazy things. I don't want that anymore. So those friends are no longer my friends. That's not the circle I hang around with anymore. A couple of them think, like I got bougie or something like that, but that is not the case at all. It's just that I'm growing, and we're at that space where we were at, that we had things in common. That's not the space I'm in no more. And then unfortunately, they're
Yeah.
still in that space. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it be like that too. It really do. So do you, so what areas did you touch base with in your new book currently? Because you have different levels of your book from
Yeah.
your, do it connects with grown girls as well?
I would say yes, only
Okay.
because it brings me to how I became this grown girl, and how I revolved into getting an organization, having being motivated and positive, and just being in a positive space. So yes, I think it is important, because that I was there, then I was here, and now I'm here. So yes, it does all connect. It all comes full circle. So the
So
book, I'm sorry.
like when in a moment of you writing this book, a lot of times you forget about certain things that you've done
Hmm.
and certain things that you've grown from. What type of feelings did you get while writing this book and trying to put it together? Do you like, man, that was me? Dang, I
Yeah,
used to do
yeah,
that.
yeah, I definitely felt that. Like, wow, I was really tripping back then. But in the moment, I wasn't tripping. It was just all fun and games and everything. But now thinking back, even was like when I was starting to write about it, and I was like, some places I was like, oh, I need to take that out a little bit. Let me bring that down a notch. You know what I mean? And even now, even with the book now, it's still at a high level. So if I would have kept some of the other things that I thought, oh my God, it'll be out of control. Yes, I had to bring it down a notch, because I was like, dang, I was really tripping, doing these things. But
Yeah.
it's a part of life. I've grown. I'm here now, and I made it through that. So it is what it is, and that's it.
Oh. So
And it's the past.
yeah, definitely. So which chapter do you feel is like, wow, like I really came a long way. I really made it, and I feel like everyone would love this chapter.
Um, I think every chapter someone will feel something, because we talk
Okay.
about being molested at an early age, and then dealing with it over and over in the course of the teenage years, and then also having issues with your mom. Because and I think all teenage girls at least go through that, once or twice. So yeah, it's a lot of chapters, but definitely I think the one is the first time being molested, because I actually play it. It's actually, a lot of people say when you read the book, it's like you're reading a diary, like you're reading somebody's diary. That's what I get from the book all the time. Like, oh my God, I feel like I'm reading your diary. Yeah, because it was my story, and this is what happened. And and it was by a relative. So, you know,
Wow.
yeah.
So, to touch base a little bit on molestation, I know a lot of women now that are coming out and they're actually having these conversations and they're actually exposing that, yes, I've been molested before. Were you one of the victims that told someone and nothing happened, or was you one of the victims that told someone and the issue was resolved?
Being back then, so my mom, or I even think a lot of the parents back then, I wouldn't just say it was my mom, but a lot of parents back then, it was just like they from the old school. So it's like whatever happens in the house happens in the house. Just don't go no further. Get over it kind of situation. And then that you try to go ahead with your life and get over it, but all that festers inside of you, and it comes out one way or another. It either come out, I don't know, in eating form, people still constantly eating and stuff, or also like drugs, sex, anything. Some people shoplift, whatever is their outlet, but it does affect you. So, yeah, and that's how it was with me. So, yeah, it could be, like kind of going through my head now, like, wow, it's a lot. But yeah, I had therapy. I went, I talked to people, and the really good thing is about too, because I'm married and I've been with my husband now, we've been married for 25 years, but been together for 30 years. And he knew the whole story before we even got married. He's like probably the first one I confided in and told him everything, so that was even before I even went to therapy. And it was just like, it was okay, so he always made me feel safe. So I do love that. But yeah, you definitely think about it. And like I said, the older generation just was always, get over it kind of situation. Whatever happens in the house happens in the house. Nobody needs to know our business kind of situation. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Wow. So how much did that affect you as growing up, even though that did happen?
It affected me a lot, because then that's when the drugs came into play. That was, living wild and just crazy. Yeah, that's where all that stems from. Because then at the point when I was, like, smoking weed and doing drugs, and even in the book I even talk about dabbling into cocaine. That's when I was doing that. But every time I did something like that, it felt like a relief for me. Like I couldn't
Wow.
remember it. It wasn't dwelling on my mind. It was just like, it was like my outlet, which really
Hmm.
was just substituting something for something else. That's it.
Wow. So
Mm.
what advice do you have for a young girl that may be watching this and she going through the same thing that you went through?
Find someone they can talk to. Definitely find someone you can confide in to help you with the situation. You cannot hold it in. You cannot. It's not good to hold in, and it will, like I said before, it will release in other forms. So yeah, definitely find an auntie, a best friend. But make sure that person, with these best friends now, make sure the best friends can actually just, give you help instead of just telling your business, you know?
Yeah, that is that, and that's the hard part,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part because a lot of times you can confine into somebody, and then what if y'all fall out, you
Right.
know,
Right.
and then they get telling on everybody, just
Yeah. So
everything. So
everything.
that's
And that makes the
that's
situation even worse.
yes, it does. It makes it a lot worse. So what other feelings did you experience when you were writing this book as well?
Okay. So I felt relieved that I wasn't in that situation anymore. I felt I felt glad that I had my faith now more than I did back then. And even as I say in the book, I always had faith, but I mean, because I guess that's what brought me out of the situation. So so freely, but it really kicked in afterwards. So it's a lot of different emotions. I cried. I got mad. Like even thinking about the family member that did that, because lo and behold, a little bit, I see the family member maybe every other day, every other weekend, something like that. They're still
Mm,
around, So is I can any given day I can walk out the house and go downtown and end up seeing them. So that's
yeah.
like, and then what's the conversation like that? Everybody want to act like they didn't do nothing happen. So
Mm,
I'm such in a good place now that it doesn't even get me mad anymore. I can look at them and be like, whatever, and keep going, you know, like that.
yeah. So what do you want someone to gain or develop from reading your book?
I want them to know that because you in a certain situation doesn't mean you're gonna stay in that situation.
Mm,
And because you have a past, that don't mean that past define who you are now.
yes, that's true.
You know, We all have a past. Yours might be worse than mine might be worse than yours, but it doesn't define. The biggest thing is that we're growing, we're learning, and we have our faith in God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as far as like faith in God, a lot of times people lose faith in God because they feel like he isn't with them,
Right,
because things isn't happening when they want it to happen and how
right.
they want it to happen. How did you still have that faith even though it wasn't, everything wasn't shifting when you wanted it to?
Right. Um, I think I kept the faith because I woke up every morning.
Oh, yeah.
I woke up every morning. So that's God right there. Like, okay, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna try again today. You know? Every day you're gonna get a little closer to that freedom that you're looking for. It
Mm-hmm.
may be today, it may be tomorrow, but I'm waking you up every day. So once my eyes open up every day, that's it. I'm
Wow.
here. I'm here. It's still work to be done.
A lot of work to be done. A lot. It be nonstop too.
Yeah. Hmm.
Even when you in the process of like, man, I can't do this no more. I'm about to give
Right.
up. Oh my God, did something just hit you? And it's like God be like, get up, daughter.
Yes. My child, rise.
Yeah, for real. It'd be so crazy. So tell me, what inspired you to want to turn it into a stage play? Because girl, that's a lot of work.
It is. You know what? And it wasn't really me. I mean, I knew I wanted to do something more with the book
Uh-huh.
because I knew it was something there. I'm number one on Amazon for 21 days. That's something.
Yes, that's
That's something.
amazing.
Yeah. So that's something there. So I actually connected. Well, I always knew him, but we reconnected. His name is Barry Austin. I reconnected with him, who knew Marissa Jackson, who is a playwright.
Okay.
And he was like, "Yo, you should." I gave her the book. We should meet. That's what he said. We should meet up one time. So we actually met at a play, and then I brought my book along with me to give to her. And she was coming from out of town, so she was like, "When I get back in town, I will read it and I'll let you know what I think about it, because it is a quick and easy read." I love books like that. Let's get to
Yeah,
the
I do
point.
too.
I
Yeah.
I can't be doing 21 chapters. It's just I want to especially if it's juicy. Everybody tell me about the book too that is so juicy. I wanted more. They're gonna get more, believe that, because
Oh,
that
I
was
already know you gonna give it to him.
yeah, I'm gonna give them more. I'm in the
I already
process of doing
know.
that now. And if you think that was something, woo, because you got to think that
Girl.
was between the age of 12 and 17. Okay. Michelle
Mm.
Bell, that's the character. Michelle Bell, that's the main girl, the main character. That was 17. She had so much more living to do. But in between that 17 and 20 something, she still trying to find herself.
Wow.
So she still was skipping and stumbling at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot more to go. Yeah,
Mm.
so I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. So
Yeah,
how did you come about as far as like picking the characters and for everything to go,
yeah.
how
So
you visioned it.
right, so like I said, since it's loosely based off me, I knew how to the characters really well, and so once Marissa Jackson, she read the book and she was like, "Oh, okay, I can do this." And so she was like, "Yeah, let's do this." I was like, "It's okay because I know it got a lot of cursing. It's got a lot of, it's hood, hood in it, but it's that good." So she was like, "Yeah, I don't have no problem with that." So she got busy writing. She was calling me, asking me different things, just key points that I wanted for her to stand out, and she did it. I mean, she did the darn thing. Let me just say that. She just did her own stage play, which was called Prayers of a Mother. She actually has my stage play coming out, Tales of a Grown Girl. Then she has another one in the works. So she's a busy girl too. And
Right.
Yeah, and she took it, and she my vision that I had, she put it all in writing into a stage play. Yes.
Mm. So
And so
how
she's the
long did
writer
it
and the
take?
director of that. It didn't really take her long, and she's the writer and the director of the stage play. So she wrote the
Nice.
stage play, and she's directing the cast. And then she has Barry Austin also that assists her in every fashion. And I would say he's assistant, but he does so much more than that. So he needs a bigger title after a while. Because
Wow.
he's like fully hands on with the cast members and everything. So yeah. And
So
he's
have you seen any parts of it?
Yes. We've been doing rehearsal. I sit in rehearsal to see how it's going, and let me tell you, the cast is bringing it. They are bringing it. The two girls that's paying my friends, oh my god, and they taking me back to the '90s where we was. They
Man.
talking like them. They got the slang, everything. They yes, yes, and that's what I wanted to be, because in my view, even though I went through everything in the '90s was just a great era. It really
Yeah.
was.
Man,
It
I
really
miss it
was.
so
Yes, it
much.
really was a great era. Even though I did what I did, it just was great. Everybody had money back then. It wasn't all this, craziness
Mm.
is going on right now. Everybody looked out for one another. The hair
Mhm.
salons was popping, the barber shops was popping. It was just like it
Yes.
was great. So I'm definitely a '90s baby, and so that's why I wanted to bring the whole '90s theme to the play, and that's what we're doing. We bringing the whole '90s theme, so down to the music, everything is there. So yeah, we ready.
I know y'all is.
Yes, yes,
I
yeah. So
know.
when is it? August 26th. We kick off, so that's like 30 days from now, 4 weeks or something like that.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it
We kick
is.
off in Maryland at the Silver Spring Box Theater, um, in Silver Springs, Maryland, and now we have a 6 o'clock show, and we that's going to be really nice. So I love that. And then we take a little minute, and then we'll be in New York here at Madison Theater in Hempstead, and that's going to be really good. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
How you feel?
Yeah, I'm excited. I just like I can't believe this is happening. I can because I know how God works, and then at the same time I'm like, wow. So yeah, I'm definitely excited, and then just to see what's gonna happen. The music. We have DJ Zar. He's the music director, and he has everything laid out. He's on point with it, so I love that. Like I said, we have Marissa, writer and director. We have Barry Austin, the assistant director. We have myself, executive producer, and then we have Tanya. We call her AKAT. She is the co-producer, and
Okay.
then the cast members, of course. It's like 18 of them. I can't. I'm not gonna name everybody, but the entire cast is phenomenal. So yeah,
Wow.
really
So
bringing it.
tell me, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I actually see myself, I believe it still be existing, where at the BET Awards.
Girl, you better say it because I can
Yep.
see it too.
Like, the way things are going now, and the people that I'm connecting with, and the people that's reaching out to me, yeah, yeah,
I
I
can
can see
see
that.
it.
I
I
can
can
see
see
it.
that too.
Yep,
I
right at the
definitely
BET
can.
Award with the movie. I can see a movie. I can see a lot of things. Movie,
Mhm.
Amazon Prime. I see it all. I see it all.
Yes.
This right here.
Because like people be wanting realness. They
Yes.
be wanting reality. And I
Mhm.
know when you bring it, you bringing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you not about to be playing no games, but it's
No.
just the fact that we just in a different era now when people just want to see what they really going through
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
people is maneuvering through life and how everything.
Hmm.
So I could really see that. I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it, and the contacts that I'm making, and people like, I mean, people are still talking about the book, and the book is now a year. a year and a couple of months. March made a year. So yeah, the book, they still talk about the book and they still asking for a part two. And I'm like, I'm giving it to you. Don't worry. I've been writing, I'm writing, and and the best thing about it is like, I'm not trying to be cocky in them, but my partner, which is my husband, I'm talking about. My husband, oh my God, he's like so supportive. And you can write freely when you're not when people when the person you love the most knows the truth. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That matters. Like even when I asked him, did he read the book? He was like, no, you already know the story. You told me. And I was like, oh.
Right,
And
right.
yeah, it's amazing because like his friends be like, you haven't read the book? You haven't read the book? Oh, I never heard guys that work for a company that was like, yo, I took your white book to work with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
I
said
know
that.
that's right.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, you ain't read your white book?" He's like, "No, I know the story already." And they was like, "Yo, I took it to work." Now a dude's taking my book to work to finish up because he was like, "Yo, I couldn't leave it." I was like, they wanted to read it on break. I was like, "Wow, you know,
See?
that's a
Yeah.
great feeling."
And it is. It
Yeah.
is. Definitely. So how can people purchase your books?
Okay, the book is on Amazon. You can just go to Amazon and then type in Tales of a Grown Girl. You'll see Yolanda Brathwaite, or you can type my name, Yolanda Brathwaite. I also can I put stuff in this link here?
Yes,
I can
you
go
could.
back into this, right? Is this live now on Facebook?
Uh-huh.
How can I get it live? I wanted to put it
Y-
on my page, but I didn't see it. I'm following you too, but I didn't see that.
Yeah, you could just share it.
Yeah, I can go to Life Her Podcast.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I see your picture, I see my picture, but I don't see the live. That's what I
Keep,
was.
keep scrolling. You will see the live
Okay.
because it was posted earlier.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
maybe the flyer is the link. Okay, and I can pop it in and share.
no, the flyer's not the link. If you keep
Uh,
going down, you will see us actually currently, like right now, live.
oh, okay. Yeah, because so that makes it more comfortable when you can do that, when you can actually just write your truth and don't not afraid of what people say, because even what they say doesn't really matter.
No,
Um,
it don't.
all that matters is what the person that you care about the most is saying, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's good. Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So, also, everyone, you guys could go to her website,
Yes.
www.growngirlsnyc.com. You can go there as well. And you guys can follow her on Instagram, Grown Girls NYC
Hmm.
underscore Inc.
Yes. And okay, so like I said, the play kicks off um, August 26th, and that's in Maryland at Silver Springs Box Theater and Black Box Theater. And then we go to New York, which is going to be at the Malloy College. The Madison Theater is called at Malloy College, and that's September 16th. Anybody want to purchase tickets, they can just go to Eventbrite. We have group
Okay.
rates. Yep, they can go right to Eventbrite, type in Tales of a Grown Girl, and we have group rates and we have single purchases as well. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm excited.
All right.
Yep.
Perfect.
So
Yes, ma'am.
before we end it, I would just want to give a shout out. I don't know if we ended, but I just want to get this.
No, you good. You good. Go ahead.
I want to get a shout out to Marissa Jackson, the writer and director of the stage play, Barry Austin, the assistant director, the whole entire cast of Tales of a Grown Girl. They are just amazing. We have some people from Maryland, we have some from New York, they and in South Carolina, people all from all over in the play. Also, I want to
Wow.
shout out my mom. Thank you, mom, for supporting me.
Aw.
You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, because she was like, "Oh, this about me," you know what I mean? But we talked about it, we healed, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
You can talk about it and you can heal, and that's great. I love that. Um, and yeah, I'm just so happy about it. So everybody, please go get you a ticket to Tales of a Grown Girl. You will not be
Yes.
disappointed between the music, the guests. We bringing the '90s flow back. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be good. We also gonna be doing a tribute to the 50th year in hip hop.
You
Yes.
okay?
So that means we have a '90s person that's gonna be there performing. So yeah, we got guests. We got guests. We got peoples. We got people.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. We
Well,
have
thank you.
yeah, couple of people we have also from BET Plus. So we got some people coming.
And
And then
you having a
we got like her podcast gonna be in the building, right?
girl? Yes, I gotta come see us. I got to.
Yes, yes. So yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yes, for sure. Well, thank you so much, and I am so proud of you.
Thank
So
you so
proud of
much.
you.
Yeah.
Just keep
Thank you.
going, sis. Keep
Yeah,
going.
that's why I asked God just for clarity and give me the vision of what you want me to do, and I'm letting Him lead. That's it. That's it.
Mhm.
So it's just a wonderful feeling to just be present and be happy and just know that whatever I'm doing it from the heart. So
Yes,
I
that
mean,
part.
yeah. So yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me again. Always want to be on your platform anytime.
Girl, listen, when you go on BET Awards and all that, I want you to come back.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about that moment, okay?
Exactly. Yes, we
Starting
will.
from the bottom, now we here, okay?
Yes, exactly. I tell you.
Okay. Well, have a
Thank you.
good night.
Okay, thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you. Good
Thank you,
night.
audience.